So let's continue on our journey and start converting in imperial units now. Now, when you're converting imperial, I know what you're probably saying, well, why do we even study imperial units? Well, one of the reasons why we study imperial units is very, very simple, is because our neighbors to the south of us, the Americans, are still using imperial units, okay? But the other reason is because we as Canadians still use quite a bit of imperial units, okay? Consider last time somebody asked you how tall you were, you probably said in feet and inches. You probably didn't say in centimeters. And if you did, well, you're one of the few that uses centimeters that way to measure height. Another reason why is because if you look at something like, for example, football. Football is all done in yards. Buildings, all done in feet and inches. Okay, so any kind of manual labor is mostly feet and inches. Very seldomly do they ever talk about, even in plumbing, very seldom do we talk about anything in metric. It's all in imperial. So it's important to understand this. So converting then within the units is very, very simple. Here is your wonderful little thing right here. There's your conversions that you have to know about. 1 foot is about 12 inches. 1 yard is 3 feet. That's probably the most common ones. 1 yard is 36 inches. These pretty much you can do in terms of what I said here, mental math. Okay, you could probably do them in your head. For example, let's look at something like 5 yards. Let's look at 5 yards and let's convert this to inches. Well, the cool thing about this is if you wanted to do this mentally, sure, you know that 1 yard here is 3 feet, or better yet, 1 yard is 36 inches. So basically you have 5 yards, each yard being 36 inches. You'd go 36, there's 1 yard, there's another yard, there's 3 yards, there's 4 yards, there's 5 yards, and you would add it all up and that would give you your 36 inches. But you know what? I like dimensional analysis when it comes to something like this. I like what you learned in the first podcast. Case in point, look at this. 5 yards, you know and I know, yards has to go on the bottom. What you want to convert it to goes in the top. That's inches, goes here. And then all you have to do is look way over here at the chart. Okay, 1 yard is 36 inches. So you know, in fact, it's 5 times 36. And the cool thing here also is that you notice through dimensional analysis, yards and yards cancel out. 5 times 36, that's pretty easy. I'll bring up my lovely little calculator here and go, oops, on 5 times 36, hit enter, and I got 180, and I know in fact that this works out to be 180 inches. There you go, very simple. So the dimensional analysis here works really, really nice. I'm going to do the next question in terms of proportions. Let's see if that works for this, okay? We know that this is 7 yards. We want it into feet. So you know and I know that we can use dimensional analysis here and say, okay, there's 7 yards. Question is, how many feet is that? So I know over here, 1 yard, is 3 feet. So 1 yard is 3 feet. Then I know cross multiply, okay. Oh, look at that, 7 times 3, which is 21 feet. There's my cross multiplication. Very, very simple. And again, that's probably something you can do in your head because, okay, you know, each one of these is 3 feet, 7 times 3, pretty darn simple. But if you want to get into the heavy duty conversions, kind of know how to do this in terms of proportions or in terms of dimensional analysis. That's going to really help you. So let's look at the last one. Let's pick and choose on this one. Let's try this through, I don't know, okay, let's do dimensional analysis again, right? Okay, so we got 180 inches, 180 inches. We're going to multiply by something. What goes on the bottom? Of course, inches on the bottom, yards on top. Okay, so why do we want inches on the bottom? Because we want inches to eventually cancel. Look at our conversions, inches and yards. Where are you here, conversions? Oh, There it is, yards and inches, right there. Beautiful. Okay, so 1 yard is 36 inches. So 1 yard is 36 inches. Oh, so I know I'm going to have to divide this guy out. Okay, so let's pull up our calculator. Go 180. There's 180 divided by 36. That works out to be, look at that, exactly 5 yards. Isn't that interesting? Okay, perfect. Well, we're good to go. So that's a simple type of conversion that we're going to look at. We're going to look at something a little bit more heavy duty when we get to the next step.